Have you noticed that your legs feel a little less steady than they used to? Maybe you've caught yourself holding onto furniture as you walk through the house. Perhaps climbing a short flight of stairs leaves you feeling more tired than before. Or maybe, when you get up from your favorite chair, you need to push yourself up with both hands instead of simply standing. These changes might seem small, but they can be early signs that your leg muscles are slowly wasting away. For many older adults, this loss of strength happens quietly, almost without warning. One day, you're walking with ease, and the next, you're struggling to keep up on a family outing. The truth is, muscle loss in the legs doesn't just affect your ability to walk, it impacts your balance, your posture, and your independence. When your legs become weaker, even simple activities like shopping for groceries or tending to your garden can feel overwhelming. And if this continues unchecked, it can lead to falls, fractures, and a major loss of quality of life. But here's the hopeful part. In many cases, this process can be slowed down or even reversed. Over my years as a health professional, I have worked with patients in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who are able to rebuild strength, regain mobility, and return to doing the activities they love. And one of the most powerful changes they made was surprisingly simple: adjusting what they eat first thing in the morning. Your first meal of the day sets the tone for how your muscles, especially those in your legs, will function and recover. The right nutrients in the morning can give your muscles the building blocks they need to stay strong. On the other hand, skipping the right foods, or choosing the wrong ones, can speed up muscle loss, even if you stay active. I'm Dr. Linda Rose, and my passion is helping older adults protect their health, maintain their independence, and live life fully. Today, I want to share with you exactly what to eat first if you want to protect your legs from wasting away. This isn't about complicated diets or expensive supplements. It's about making one small, smart choice every morning. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, so you never miss a simple, science-backed health tip, designed especially for older adults like you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me improve these videos for your benefit. Now, let's begin. 1. Start your day with a high-protein breakfast. If you want to keep your legs strong after 60, the very first thing you put on your plate in the morning should be rich in high-quality protein. Protein is not just for bodybuilders. It's the raw material your muscles need to repair, rebuild, and stay firm. Every day, your body naturally breaks down muscle tissue, and without enough protein, that loss happens faster, especially in your legs. Here's what I tell my patients. Think of your leg muscles like a brick wall. Every day, a few bricks are removed, and you need fresh bricks to replace them. Protein is those fresh bricks. If you start your morning with toast and jam, or tea and biscuits, you're starting the day without giving your muscles any new bricks. But if you have eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even a plant-based protein like tofu, you're giving your body what it needs to keep that wall strong. In fact, studies show that older adults who get 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast have better muscle strength, faster walking speed, and a lower risk of falls compared to those who eat very little protein in the morning. That's because, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at turning protein into muscle. You can't just get all your protein at dinner. You need to spread it out, starting with breakfast. I've seen remarkable changes when my patients make this shift. One gentleman in his 70s came to me barely able to climb 2 steps without holding on to the railing. We added 2 eggs and a scoop of Greek yogurt to his breakfast every day. In just 3 months, his legs were stronger, his energy was higher, and he was walking around the park with his grandchildren again. The best part? You don't need fancy recipes. A simple plate of scrambled eggs with spinach, a cup of Greek yogurt topped with berries, or a smoothie with milk and a scoop of protein powder can do wonders. The key is to make it the very first thing you eat, because your morning meal is when your muscles are most ready to absorb those nutrients and put them to work. 2. Include omega-3 rich foods in your first meal. When most people think about muscle health, they focus on protein. And yes, protein is essential. But here's a surprising truth many of my older patients don't know. Healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids, can make a big difference in how well your muscles respond to protein and exercise. Omega-3s act like a helper, improving how your muscles use the nutrients you eat to repair and grow. I've seen this in real life again and again. One of my patients, a woman in her late 60s, was already eating enough protein, but she still felt her legs were weak and tired. After reviewing her diet, I noticed she wasn't getting much omega-3 at all. We added a small serving of smoked salmon to her breakfast twice a week and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed to her morning oatmeal on other days. Within 2 months, she told me she could walk farther without needing to sit down, and her legs felt lighter and more steady. The science supports this. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like salmon, sardines, chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts, help reduce inflammation in the muscles. Chronic inflammation is a hidden enemy. It slowly damages muscle tissue and makes recovery harder after physical activity. By adding omega-3s to your first meal, you help your muscles heal faster, stay stronger, and function better. One easy way to do this is to prepare a breakfast smoothie with Greek yogurt, a handful of berries, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and some milk or almond milk. If you enjoy savory breakfasts, try scrambled eggs cooked with a bit of olive oil and topped with smoked salmon. Even spreading avocado on whole grain toast and sprinkling it with chia seeds can give you a nice omega-3 boost. And here's a tip. Your body doesn't store omega-3s for long, so you need to get them regularly. Making them part of your morning routine ensures your muscles have what they need every day to stay strong, flexible, and ready to support you, whether you're taking a morning walk or playing with your grandchildren in the yard. 3. Add a source of vitamin D and calcium early in the day. If protein is the building block of your muscles, then vitamin D and calcium are like the foundation that keeps everything stable. Your leg muscles don't just work on their own, they depend on healthy, strong bones to support them. Without enough calcium, your bones can weaken, and without enough vitamin D, your body can't properly absorb that calcium. Together, these nutrients protect your legs from both muscle weakness and bone fragility, which is especially important after 60. I often remind my patients that a fall is rarely just bad luck. More often, it's the result of both weak muscles and brittle bones. I once worked with a gentleman in his early 70s who was active but avoided dairy because he thought it would upset his stomach. Over time, his calcium levels dropped, his bones became thinner, and even though his muscles were fairly strong, he suffered a small fracture from a simple stumble. When we added lactose-free milk, fortified almond milk, and a daily morning yogurt to his diet, along with safe sun exposure for vitamin D, his bone scans improved, and his confidence in walking returned. Good breakfast sources of calcium include milk, dairy or fortified plant-based, yogurt, and cheese. For vitamin D, you can rely on fortified foods like milk and cereals, or natural sources such as salmon, mackerel, and eggs. If you live in a place where you don't get much sunlight, especially in the winter months, it's worth discussing a vitamin D supplement with your doctor. One of my favorite easy breakfasts for leg health is a parfait. Layers of Greek yogurt, berries, a sprinkle of fortified granola, and a drizzle of honey. This gives you protein, calcium, and if your yogurt or granola is fortified, a good dose of vitamin D too. Another option is a vegetable omelette cooked with cheese and served with a glass of fortified orange juice. By giving your legs the nutrients they need right at the start of the day, you're building a solid base for both muscle and bone strength. It's like making sure the frame of your house is strong before you try to add more rooms. Without that base, the whole structure is at risk. 4. Fuel up with complex carbohydrates for steady energy. When we talk about leg strength, most people focus on building muscle, but there's another important factor: giving your muscles the energy they need to actually perform. Without enough energy, even strong muscles can feel weak and heavy. This is where complex carbohydrates come in. They act like a slow-burning fuel, providing a steady stream of energy that keeps your legs moving without sudden fatigue. I've seen this firsthand with many of my older patients. One woman in her mid-70s came to me saying her legs felt empty halfway through her morning walk. She was eating a high-protein breakfast, but it was missing quality carbs. Once we added a slice of whole grain bread with her eggs and a small portion of oatmeal on alternate days, she was able to complete her walks with energy to spare, and she stopped needing to sit down halfway through grocery shopping. The difference between complex carbs and simple carbs is important. Simple carbs, like pastries, white bread, or sugary cereals, give you a quick spike of energy, but it fades fast, leaving you tired and craving more sugar. Complex carbs, like oatmeal, quinoa, whole grain bread, and sweet potatoes, release energy slowly, keeping your blood sugar steady and your muscles fueled for hours. For breakfast, I often recommend steel-cut oats topped with berries and a spoonful of ground flaxseed, or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado and a sprinkle of seeds. If you enjoy something savory, you can try a vegetable omelette with a side of roasted sweet potato. These foods also come with extra benefits. They're rich in fiber, which supports digestion, and many contain important vitamins and minerals that aid muscle contraction and nerve function. And unlike heavy, greasy breakfasts, complex carbs won't leave you sluggish. Instead, they help your legs feel lighter, your steps more stable, and your endurance better throughout the day. Think of it this way. Protein builds your muscles, but complex carbohydrates power them. Without fuel, even the best-built engine can't run. By combining complex carbs with protein and healthy fats in your first meal, you create the perfect environment for your leg muscles to stay strong, energized, and ready for whatever the day brings. 5. Hydrate with electrolyte-rich fluids first thing. Most people think of hydration as something you do when you feel thirsty, but by the time you feel that thirst, your body is already playing catch-up. And for older adults, dehydration can sneak up more easily because the thirst signal becomes weaker with age. When your muscles, especially those in your legs, don't get enough fluids and electrolytes, they can cramp, feel heavy, or lose coordination. This makes walking, standing, or even balancing more difficult. I recall one of my patients in her early 70s who regularly experienced sudden calf cramps during her morning walk. She assumed it was just part of aging. But when we looked closely at her routine, I discovered she was starting her day with coffee and nothing else until late morning. Coffee is fine in moderation, but it can have a mild dehydrating effect if it's the first thing you consume. We added a glass of water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon before breakfast, plus a few sips of coconut water a couple of times a week. Within weeks, her cramps stopped, and her legs felt less tired during walks. Electrolytes, such as potassium, sodium, magnesium, and calcium, help your muscles contract and relax smoothly. Without them, even strong muscles can misfire, leading to weakness or sudden spasms. Foods like bananas, oranges, coconut water, and low-fat dairy are excellent natural sources of electrolytes. A simple morning hydration habit could be: drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up, then pair your breakfast with an electrolyte-rich option like coconut water, a banana, or a small bowl of yogurt. If you enjoy smoothies, blend spinach for magnesium, banana for potassium, and milk or fortified almond milk for calcium, for a refreshing and muscle-supporting drink. Starting your day hydrated does more than prevent cramps. It improves circulation, making it easier for nutrients to reach your leg muscles. This means the protein, omega-3s, vitamins, and carbs you eat at breakfast can actually get to the muscles that need them most. Think of hydration as the delivery system that ensures all the other foods you eat can do their job properly. Now that you understand the power of your first meal, I hope you see that protecting your leg muscles after 60 isn't just about exercise. It's about giving your body the right tools to work with from the moment you wake up. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to nourish your muscles, strengthen your bones, and keep your energy steady so you can move through the day with confidence. Imagine starting each day knowing you've done something good for your legs. You've given them the protein to rebuild, the omega-3s to reduce inflammation, the vitamin D and calcium to protect the bones beneath them, the complex carbs to fuel them, and the hydration to keep everything working smoothly. Over time, these small choices can make the difference between struggling to get out of a chair and being able to walk around the park without hesitation. I've watched patients in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s transform their mobility and regain independence simply by making these morning habits part of their daily routine. They didn't start with big, overwhelming changes. They began with one breakfast choice, and then another, until it became a natural part of their lives. And here's something I want you to remember. It's never too late. Even if you've been skipping breakfast for years, Even if your legs already feel weaker than they used to, your body is capable of improvement at any age. Muscles respond to care, and the right care starts with what you choose to eat and drink each morning. So tomorrow, when you wake up, I encourage you to think about your legs before you think about your coffee. Picture yourself walking stronger, climbing stairs with ease, and staying active for years to come. Then, give your body the breakfast it deserves. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or family member who could benefit. Your support helps us reach more older adults with practical, science-backed health tips. And if you want to learn more about keeping your muscles strong and your body active, watch my next video. It's full of easy exercises you can do right at home. I'm Dr. Linda Rose, reminding you that your health is built one choice at a time, and tomorrow morning is the perfect place to start.